Welcome back, guys. Well, this is going to be an EDC, and these videos are a dime a dozen, I'll tell you. But if you've been on YouTube for any length of time, you've probably seen your fair share of EDC vids. A lot of people like to talk about what they carry, why they carry it, and so on. And a lot's going to determine an EDC anyways, depending on your type of work you do and you know, several different things. What you can and cannot carry in your area and so forth. I've put off doing an EDC vid for a while just because I didn't think it would be that interesting, but then again I kind of referred back to kind of my original philosophy of doing this channel in the first place, and it was just to kind of throw out my 2 cents worth, and that's what I'm going to do here. So let's dive right in. I'll start off with just my wallet. There's, you know, nothing special here. It's just a leather Docker's wallet. I'm probably going to change this up in the future. I've been carrying this for years, but I'd maybe like to look into something that has, maybe could be waterproof or security, a little bit more security for like credit cards. Okay, next up is the Victorinox Cadet. You guys have all seen this knife before. It's super common. It has some key features on it that I really like, and why I carry it is mostly because of its slim profile, and also it's not an intimidating knife at all. You can pull this out most anywhere and people will see that it's a Swiss Army knife, and it just, you won't get any raised eyebrows basically. And it has a couple of tools on there that have proven handy many times. So okay, onto my phone. This is the Samsung Convoy. It's been out for about a couple years now, and I've had it probably for about 18 months. It has a rubberized, almost like a rubberized exterior around this area. It does have an MP3 player. It's not a smartphone. I mainly carry it because what I got this phone for purposely was that it meets military specs on shock resistance and dust protection. Even the terminals on the side here have this cover that kind of protects them. It's not a waterproof phone, but it does have some water resistant capability since it is dust proof also. It has a great battery life. I probably only charge that phone once a week. And again, about the smartphone issue, for me, I don't really need a smartphone, and I'm able to forego like a data plan, so that's one less thing I need to pay for. And this does everything I really need it to do. That's the phone. Got my mini survival tin here. Actually, no, it's just mints, but sometimes they do save the day for sure. And I like these small Altoids, just preference, that's all. Alright, moving on to the keys. The main things I want to point out here is I'm still using a Streamlight Nano. It's a Streamlight Nano Lite. It is, I did a review on this last year, and this is the same one, same batteries, and I've used it nearly every day for a year. And it's great. It is the best keychain light I've had. I've had several over the years, and I just can't go wrong with this little light. Also, I have from CountyCom their Split P lighter. This is sort of a newer thing for me. And this is the Split P, like I said. They do have a slightly larger version called the Peanut Lighter, and they have a couple of different models. This one's made of stainless steel, which is about half the cost of their titanium ones. And that's basically it on my keys. I like to keep those light. We have just a simple Timex Ironman. It is waterproof. Everybody's seen these watches before. They're cheap. They work great. The batteries in them last a very long time. And since I'm a bit of a runner, this comes in handy on kind of keeping lap times. So I use the timer function on it quite often. Alright, moving on to the knife again. We have the Benchmade Mini Griptilian. A lot of the guys have probably seen me or heard me talk about this knife in previous videos, and it is great. There's nothing wrong with this knife. But I made a switch. I made a recent change, and just because I wanted to try something a little different. I wanted a knife that had a slightly larger blade. There were some other things I wanted to try out. I wanted to maybe a lock back, which has its pros and cons, but I was mostly wanting a larger cutting edge, and also something that could be ambidextrous carry, since most of the time I carry this on my left pocket. So what I ended up going with was the Spyderco Enduro 4, and this one's full flat ground, VG10 steel, pocket clip, can be moved to all 4 locations. It is a lockback. It does have a larger blade, about 3.5 inches. You see it in comparison here. And one reason why I opted to go for a larger blade is normally I don't need a large cutting blade, but I just like knives, and I thought if I'm going to have this for a smaller utility, for you know, just day in day out cutting tasks, but I want the capabilities of a larger knife, then I have this here. And this kind of makes a great little combination with these two. I got a great deal on this one. Actually ordered it at Amazon for right around $50, and it was cheaper than some of the other Enduros because this color, this blue FRN handle, was cheaper. So I was just ready to try something different. I have this Spyderco Enduro 4, and I've only had it for a few days now, but I've been very pleased with it so far. Okay, next up are my sunglasses, and you've probably seen me wearing these in videos, especially on my recent ones where I went to Klingman's Dome and did the floating the little river. I was wearing these. These are Smith proof glasses, and really what I look for in sunglasses, number one is that they are polarized. Number two, I really like these amber colored lenses. That's just a personal preference there, but something I go for, and I carry those every day. And another thing, I always bring a hat, and just like wearing ball caps, keeps the sun out of the eyes, also the sunglasses, and you know, just I'm a hat guy, so I bring hats. Well, that's it, guys. That is my EDC. That's usually what I carry. There may be some glaring misses here for some of you guys. You're thinking, well, where is a larger flashlight? What about, you know, some personal protection items such as a handgun? So I'll actually address that here. I do have my concealed carry permit. I do carry a gun with me probably 90% of the time, but I don't carry it on my strong side hip or in an ankle holster. I augment my EDC with either like a get home pack or in my vehicle. And if interested, I can cover my bag that I use for, that I was calling my get home bag. It won't even fit in frame here. It's the Camelback Cloud Walker. And I'd be happy to go over that if some of you guys are interested in even seeing that. If not, you know, I just won't do it, or do a video on something else. That's about it, guys. I appreciate the comments, and take care.